We've all been there, rushing to the airport, stressing about making it through security, or realizing you forgot something important. Today I'm sharing the biggest airport mistakes you need to avoid at all costs, especially if you want a stress-free travel experience. I've traveled enough to have seen it all: missed flights, lost luggage, security mishaps, but here's the thing, most of these stressful situations can be avoided with a little preparation. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the most common mistakes people make at airports and how you can avoid them. Trust me, it'll make your next trip much smoother. Number one is arriving too late or too early. One of the biggest mistakes is judging your arrival time at the airport. Arriving too late puts you at risk of missing your flight, while arriving too early can leave you stuck at the gate for hours. Aim for a sweet spot, arriving 2 hours before domestic flights and 3 hours before international flights. Check real-time traffic and airport security wait times in advance. Apps like My TSA can give an accurate estimate of the current wait times so you can plan your trip effectively. Pro tip here, don't forget to account for the time it takes you to park at the airport from your hotel. Many people overlook this and lose valuable time scrambling. Also, don't forget about getting your rental car back or going from the airport, like they said, or from your hotel to the airport, parking your car, taking the econ transit from the econ lot over to your actual departure gates. All of that stuff can take, those times can add up, so make sure you're keeping an eye out for those. Number two is forgetting to check your flight status before leaving, either that be your house, your hotel, whatever. You'd be surprised how many people don't check their flight status before heading to the airport. Flights can be delayed, rescheduled, or even canceled last minute. Showing up for a flight that's been delayed for hours means more waiting around unnecessarily. Always check your flight status before you leave for the airport. Using your airline's app or third-party apps like FlightAware or Kayak, this can save you tons of frustration. Pro tip here, sign up for the text message or email alerts directly from the airline so you'll get real-time updates on any flight changes. So big thing here, the apps for the airlines is probably, I think, the easiest way to keep up with this. They will send you direct text messages or emails. It is extremely helpful. And the other thing, you can always be checking your flight status and also be checking gate changes on the app in real time, so you can keep up with that without having to go to a board. Number three is packing items in your carry-on that will get flagged by TSA or security. So this is a classic mistake: people packing liquids over 3.4 ounce limit or bringing items like large bottles of shampoo in their carry-on only to have them confiscated to security. It slows down the line and can delay you. So how to avoid this? Follow the TSA 311 rule. Liquids must be 3.4 ounces or less, fit into a 1-quart clear plastic bag, and you're allowed 1 bag per person. Be mindful of banned items like large aerosol cans and sharp objects. Pro tip here, double check your carry-on before heading to the airport. It's easy to forget about items like water bottles or snacks, which could delay your trip through security. Number four, this seems obvious, but plenty of people don't do it: not preparing for security screening. So many travelers slow down at security because they're not prepared. They forget to remove belts, jackets, laptops from bags. It holds up the line and creates unnecessary stress. Nothing like getting yelled at by TSA. Before you get in line, remove your laptop, take off your shoes and belt, place all your metal objects on your carry-on. This will help you sail through security with ease. Pro tip here, if you travel often, invest in TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. You can speed through security without having to remove shoes, laptops, or jackets. So a couple things about Global Entry. If you get Global Entry, it comes with TSA PreCheck. It's a little bit more expensive. It's probably around anywhere from $25 to $50 more. Both of them last around 5 years. Global Entries is amazing if you travel internationally at all. It's a huge saver on connecting flights from international flights. So if you have to do a connection, your first stop into some countries is going to be your actual customs check, which means your layover, maybe your customs check, which means you have to pick up your bags, you have to go through customs, you have to put your bags back on, and you have to make your connecting flight. So if that's a tight timeline, Global Entry can literally save you from not missing your flight. So a couple things I like to do to get ready for TSA screening is I like to have a system where I put my stuff like watches, cell phones, passports, all that stuff in the same pockets of my carry-on backpack, so that I know every time where to look for it, because I have had total crazy sessions where I'm tearing my bag apart right after security looking for my cell phone, and I just put it in a pocket I don't normally do. So have a system. It'll help you not be stressed out. Number five is choosing the wrong security line. Yes, there is a right and a wrong one here. So there's a couple tips on how to choose the right one. So not all security lines are created equal. Choosing the wrong one can add significant time to security screening. Lines with large families, travelers with lots of luggage, or those unfamiliar with the process often move more slowly. Look for lines with business travelers or individuals who seem experienced in the airport process. They usually know the drill and they'll move faster through security. Pro tip here, if you have TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, make sure to use those lanes for expedited experience. So there has been times where I have TSA PreCheck and I got into the wrong line. I didn't actually get to use it. So make sure you're checking the signage to make sure that you are using TSA PreCheck lines and actually getting your money's worth. Number 6 is not having travel documents easily accessible. This kind of goes back to what I was talking about before, where I have a system to keep my stuff in my carry-on backpack in the same pockets. So it's easy to forget to have your ID and boarding pass ready when you're juggling bags and other belongings. Scrambling to find these items last minute can add to the stress and hold up the process. So have your passport, ID, and boarding pass or a mobile pass ready to go in an easily accessible pocket or travel wallet before you even enter the airport. You'll move faster through security and check-in. Pro tip here, if you're using a mobile boarding pass, make sure your phone is charged and the screen is easily accessible. A dead phone could spell disaster. So with the mobile ones as well, you could add it to your wallet. You can take a screenshot of your tickets as well. I like doing things to make sure that if I forget to turn my phone off of airport mode, or I'm having trouble getting on Wi-Fi, or I don't have service, you have ways to access your mobile pass. A couple other things with this as well. The IDs and things like that. Carrying a fanny pack is a great way because you can have everything right on the front of your body. I know some people aren't into fanny packs, but it's probably the best way to travel to keep the really sensitive documentation like passports and IDs and phones all in a safe area right at the front of your body or even crossbody. And it's so easy to get, so you don't have to take a bunch of stuff off or tear apart a carry-on. It's pretty epic. So number 7 is not understanding baggage policies and fees. This one has hit me plenty of times, especially when I'm traveling to new airports or traveling with new airlines I haven't used before. It's quite frustrating. So every airline has different baggage policies, and not knowing them can result in costly fees or delays as you repack at the counter. Overweight, oversized, or extra bags can easily add hundreds to your travel budget if you're not careful. Check your airline-specific baggage rules before you pack. Know the weight limits, size restrictions, and fees for both carry-on and checked luggage. Weigh your bag at home to avoid surprises at the airport. Pro tip here, pack a small portable luggage scale in your bag so you can check the weight on the way back, especially if you bought souvenirs. So a couple things with this, you can get tons of luggage weights that are very compact and easy to carry with you. A couple things I didn't realize when we travel to more humid climates like the Caribbean or Mexico, anything like that, your clothes can actually collect like dampness and can add quite a bit of weight to your clothing, which means you're gonna have more weight in your luggage. Number 8 is forgetting to charge devices and bring chargers. It's really impossible to find a plug-in at an airport that's not being used, or trying to get your way through a bunch of people. A dead phone can leave you stranded without access to your boarding pass, flight updates, and entertainment on a logged flight. Many travelers also forget their chargers and have to scramble to find one at the airport. Charge your devices the night before your flight and pack portable chargers on your carry-on. Make sure all of your devices are at full charge before you board so you don't run into problems in flight or upon arrival. Pro tip here, bring a multi-port USB charger or power strip if you have multiple devices. Airport outlets are often limited, always limited, so they will allow you to charge everything at once. I carry a power brick that charges all of my stuff. Make sure that's charged more than anything else, and I also have like a supercharger outlet charger that I plug in at hotels or wherever I'm staying. So number 9 is not knowing where your gate is after clearing security, or not knowing that it changed. Many travelers breathe a sigh of relief after passing through security only to realize they have no idea where their gate is. This can lead to stress and confusion, especially if the gate is far away or in another terminal. So how to avoid it? Always check your gate number on your boarding pass or the flight information screens immediately after passing security. Knowing the exact location of your gate gives you peace of mind, especially if you want to grab food or shop before your flight. Pro tip here, if you're in a large airport, download the airport map and use an app like Gate Guru to navigate quickly and efficiently. So this goes back also to having the airport app on your phone, because gates constantly change, and if you're not checking your phone or you don't hear it over the loudspeaker, because some of the loudspeaker systems in some of the airports are horrible, so I'm constantly checking the app to make sure if our gate changed, we are aware of that and we're moving to the new gate or making the decision of when to move. Because if there's like storms or everything like that, gates can change all over the place and you could be having to go to a completely different part of the airport, which means you may have to take a train or a bus or whatever to get to that part. So make sure you're keeping an eye on that, and if it's on your phone, you don't have to go to the boards. Number 10 is not taking advantage of lounge access. So I just got start using lounge access just recently in airports, and it's amazing. So many travelers assume airport lounges are only for first-class passengers, but that's not the case. Missing out on lounge access means missing out on free drinks, food, comfortable seating, and a quieter space to relax before your flight. You don't have to endure the chaos of terminal when lounges are available. Check your credit card perks as well. Many travel credit cards offer complimentary lounge access through programs like Priority Pass. You can also purchase a day pass for lounges, which can be worth it if you have a long layover. Pro tip here, even if you don't have a lounge membership, some airlines offer day passes at a reasonable cost, especially for longer layers. It's a great way to unwind, to get work done, or even enjoy a meal away from the crowds. So with the, I know Capital One has an amazing, if you do have the Capital One kind of travel X card, they do the Priority Pass. I just started using that this year. It's pretty incredible. We used that when we were up in Vancouver at the airport. So the lounges, the interesting thing about the lounges, if you're not a member or you don't have like a credit card perk like that, you can certainly ask of what the pass is. If you have a super long layover, the food, the drinks, and just being able to sit in more comfortable chairs and maybe have a bit more space is kind of worth it, I think, at sometimes. The best lounge I was ever at was the Delta One lounge at JFK. It was incredible and beautiful. The bathrooms were amazing, showers and everything. It was really great. Not all lounges are created equal, but they can be a great way, especially on long layers, to kind of rest yourself more than just sitting in the general seats. So by avoiding these common airport mistakes, you can reduce stress, save time, and make your travel experience smoother from start to finish. Remember, preparation is key. It's always key when you're traveling. Have you made any of these airport mistakes before? Have you done any things I have done? Let me know in the comments below if you have any other tips, or feel free to share about the way you travel. If you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful, certainly check out some of my other Travel Smarter Not Harder videos, or check out some of my other playlists like Canada, Hawaii, Mexico, Jamaica. We travel quite a bit, so I will keep doing the videos that help you, hopefully. So we will catch you on the next one.